They wanted to be reminded about death. They wanted their companions to mention it. Hazrat Ka'ab began to mention the pains of death. He said, yes, O Amir al-Mu'mineen, I'll tell you. Death is like a branch with many thorns which is pushed into a man's stomach. Each and every thorn gets tangled with the veins inside his stomach. And then a strong man thrusts that branch out and it pulls out the veins and it leaves some of the veins. Huzur Sayyid Alam sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned, تَفَكُّرُ سَاعَةٍ أَفْضَلٌ مِّنْ عِبَادَةِ سَنَةٍ. One moment of reflection, of contemplation, of thinking deeply is better than worshipping for 1 year. Such is the reward for thinking about the afterlife. Such is the reward for thinking about your actions and analysing yourself, scrutinizing your deeds, and asking yourself, are you fulfilling the purpose of your creation? Tafakkur is an ibadat, is a form of worship itself. It is negligence of death that is making us commit sins today. It is forgetting death that is keeping us away from the masjids, preventing us from prostrating before our Lord. We are negligent of death. Why? Because we don't think of it, we don't mention it. We don't like anyone speaking about death. We run away from any majlis or any scholar that mentions death. The people who do remember it, if there is anyone, don't remember it with an empty heart. Imam Ghazali rahmatullahi says, you need to know how to remember death. You need to know how to think of death. There's a method. There's a method. He says when you think of it, make sure your heart is empty. We think of death with a heart full of worldly desires. A heart which is thinking of 10 other things at the same time. For which reason we don't benefit from that remembrance. Such remembrance, such tafakkur will not benefit you. If you want to benefit from that remembrance, from that thinking, from that tafakkur, empty your heart. Make death the only thing that you are thinking about. Like a man who intends to embark on a long, dangerous journey in a desert. He doesn't think about anything other than that journey. The only thing on his mind is that journey and the dangers that he will have to confront. So when you think of death, think of it with not a mashghul heart, an occupied heart, but a farig heart, an unoccupied, an empty heart. And only then will you be able to benefit from it. That remembrance will then help you avoid sins. That tafakkur will push you towards worship. So we need to make sure we know how to think of that. Make sure it's the only thing that you are focusing on. And there is nothing else that you are thinking about. Brothers, lower your eyes and close your eyes if you can and think carefully about the following accounts of death that will be narrated. One of the Sahaba, alayhimur ridwan, he said, when you think of death, when you think of the deceased, consider yourselves to be one of them. Don't just think about death, this is what will happen to a dead person, and picture a dead person there, far from yourselves. Picture yourself in that position. Consider yourself to be that person that you were thinking about when you think of death. It is only that kind of remembrance that will will prove beneficial for you. Every single person's age is fixed. It won't be a single second less, and it won't be a single second more. When a person's time has come, the angel Israel alayhi salam will come to take his soul. There is a hadith which says, every throb of pain caused by death is more painful than 1,000 strikes of the sword. The ulama mention, when a person dies and his soul is being extracted from his body, he is in so much pain that angels have to hold him down. If they don't hold him down, he'll shiver and his body will jump away. If a drop of the pain of death was placed on the mountains of this world, they would all melt. One of the companions said, when there is some rank or martaba left for a believer, and he is not able to reach that rank through his deeds, then Allah Ta'ala makes him die a painful death so that he can reach that grave through that pain. And if a non-believer has done a good deed in the world, then death is made easy for him, so that there is nothing left that is unpaid by Allah Ta'ala. Because when disbelievers do good deeds, Allah gives them their reward in the dunya. There is nothing for them in the afterlife. There are 3 calamities that humans face at the time of death. Number 1, the actual pain of death. Number 2, the pain that sinners will experience when they see the face of the angel of death. And number 3 is the pain that sinners will see, the pain that sinners will feel and experience when they see the fire of hell before they die. Because every man, before he dies, he is shown his abode in the hellfire. He is either shown paradise or he is shown hell before he dies. After dying, a person will see angels around him for as far as he can see. A Muslim will see angels of mercy, and a disbeliever will see angels of torment and punishment. At that time, a disbeliever will realize the truth of Islam, but it will be too late. Because now he is believing after seeing. Whereas the definition of belief and Iman is to believe without seeing. The soul of a Muslim is removed easily and comfortably. The angels of mercy take his soul away with dignity, with honor and with respect. But the soul of a disbeliever is removed harshly, and the angels of punishment take it away without respecting it. After being buried, the grave will press you. It will press a Muslim like a mother presses her son when holding him. And it will press a disbeliever so tightly that his ribs will break and interlock with each other. Then 2 angels called Munkar and Nakir will enter your grave, ripping the earth apart. These 2 angels will be extremely frightening. They will be black with blue eyes, with flashes of lightning in their eyes. They will have long hair hanging down to their feet. They will have huge teeth with which they will rip the earth apart and come into your grave. Their voices will sound like roaring thunder. They speak harshly, in a frightening tone. They ask you 3 questions. Who is your Lord? What is your religion? What did you say about this man?